All right, guys. I'm gonna try and be funny in the face of things that aren't very funny at all. I mean, get your calculator out if you have problems with math. I mean, okay, a $300 million yacht would feed how many people in the United States? And how many yachts did you need? And no, that was just spare cash you used to pay for the yacht. But we can't pay taxes because that's evil. But the poorest people could pay taxes, and it just goes on and on and on. I mean, this is the worst time I've ever seen in my life, and I've been here a few decades now, but trying to pull out some humor in it, I'm having difficulty laughing. Excuse me, but we're just in a day and age where some people are just in bubbles. They don't really kind of know what's going on, and the cars look a lot nice, and the streets look paved, and at least it does in their neighborhood. And there's nobody standing out on the corner in the hot sun who's broke as hell and trying to panhandle and doing a bad job of it. Uh, yeah, I mean, some of these people really need to get a better scheme for begging for money. But we know every person that's begging for money has a Rolls Royce or at least a brand new car parked somewhere, and they're just trying to live off the system. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe. Gee, but forgive me if I'm not too humorous today. I'm working on it. That's why I decided to do this to see if I can find the lighter moments in this whole situation of economic hell. Um, and it's not as simple as blaming Trump. I mean, Trump was admirable as an entertainer and a businessman, but I don't know. I couldn't vote for him ever as a government leader. I mean, a government leader, a hotel magnate. Look, I've worked for a few hotels, and those guys are cheap when it comes to their employees. Okay. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. My real name isn't up here, so you don't have to worry about it, right? But cheap. I mean, these are the guys that would be like, we gave you a 50-cent raise 8 months ago. Isn't that enough? I mean, we started you at like 12 bucks an hour and we gave you a 50-cent raise, and good Lord. And then you'll get the crazies like, oh my God, 12 bucks an hour is so much money. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you're living at home with your parents, not when you're a 40-year-old man, but without parents, without help, you got to live on your own. That's what a lot of people miss. I mean, I'm trying to be humorous, and I will be. I'll get around to being funny, just not yet. Um, they miss the fact that, there's these hidden things that they have, like life insurance policies that paid out. They have inheritances. They have grandma's money, grandpa's money. They were given a car. They have all these little hidden things that happen for them. And they assume that everybody else must have had the same thing. There are, get a load of this, guys. There's people that their parents are no longer here on this earth and they don't get help from them. There's people whose parents have passed away and there was no insurance policy to cash out on. In fact, the living people, the living folks of the deceased parent or a relative had to pay for the person's burial. I mean, I know this is like, I mean, it's like I'm looking for a calculator, but I can't find one. That's like that's what we should be saying about our politics. I'm looking for a calculator and no one can find one, because if you like look at a yacht, I mean, what is it? $300 million? Oh, I found my phone. Oh, there's a calculator on my phone. Everything's done on a phone nowadays. So if you say $300 million, $300 million, and you divide that by, I don't know, 10,000 people, divide by 10,000 people, that's like $30,000. So you can, for $300 million, you can give $30,000 to 10,000 people. Um, and the 300 million is just like a drop in the bucket. You have like billions stashed away. 300 million is like us giving away a $20 bill or something. I just think people need to do a little more math. Uh, yeah, I'm not for taxing the little person. I'm taxing somebody who's already bought their small home, their first home, or I mean, we've got so many ridiculous rules, and they all apply to the poorest people. I mean, it's like we're saying, oh my God, the poor people can get ahead. We got to stop it. Nobody's saying, oh my God, these rich people are just hogging the money and stashing it away in bundles. We got to stop it so we can share some of the wealth. Nobody's saying that. You get called a commie. And, I don't necessarily think we even have to tax them, right? I think we can use inflation caps and maybe we can print money. Tax could be a little bit of it, but we know they can run to any country on the globe that's willing to cater to them when they're that rich. So that gets to be very difficult. You simultaneously would have to build like a Interpol police state, like be able to chase down tax fraudsters when you decide to go after them and they don't want to pay, which gets really ugly. And we create more of a police state. Next thing you know, we're Russia and China right there with them. And yeah, I don't know where we're headed. I'm trying to be funny. I'm just running out of humor and it's just getting really serious. Let me try to smile. I'm trying to smile right now, guys. I'm trying to smile. I'm smiling. I think I can't smile. My face has been frozen to a permanent frown. I've even been told by people I don't smile, and I think I scare people. Sorry about that. I'm trying to be a little bit, my humor has turned rather cynical, so maybe I shouldn't call this comedy moments, but I should call this cynical moments. The libtards have destroyed everything. The libtards have destroyed everything. My God. No. Although they come up with some ideas that make you think, but no. It's a little more complicated than that. And since I'm not very funny right now, I'm going to stop and say this was a really bad attempt to be funny in a down economy. I mean, I just can't even come up with a joke. What, the joke is me and no money? That's not very funny at all. But who the hell are you to say what's funny or not? Let's reference the ever classic, cult classic, the 2019 Joker, where I just couldn't imagine Joaquin Phoenix doing a good job. And then he blew my mind and did a great job, and tried to be a comedian like me and finding yourself not able to say anything funny. Maybe that's funny in itself. I mean, I can't say anything funny, not one single joke. And I'm the son of a famous comedian allegedly, and I have no jokes to tell you or anything. So anyhow, this has been the cynical comedian who's signing off right now. Ad lib. You guys have a great day. 529. Take care. 2026, dude.